change your environment, it changes the vibe. If things look nicer, people feel a bit more positive and all round good.
The campus is really, really nice. When I first came here, it was very welcoming, and the colours on the buildings, it's really brightful and very easy to navigate to get there.
The campus is offering more things to the students, like a common room. So that's the icing on the cake, I would say.
Events like this and the beanbags and the gym, they're great. People are sort of like, oh yeah, I want to study at NorthTec because there's this awesome vibe and I get to meet all these cool people and I don't have to leave the region.
This is only the beginning of my second week here, and I've never been in a tertiary institution before, ever. And I'm just saying how awesome it is. The atmosphere, the feeling.
Definitely, I think that the new reception building, it was where I did my barista course, looks really lovely. It's very fresh. It is quite a nice area because I think living in Whangarei, it feels a lot smaller than everywhere else, especially going for tertiary study. So to have a campus that is quite well done up and quite a nice clean environment to be in is nice.
It's a real welcoming campus. I feel confident walking around, feel just be myself, and that's good. Yeah, I can just be able to do what I want.
Well, I love the new friends I've made. I'm glad that I have a friend here, and the tutors, and the fact that everyone is just really lovely to each other, and yeah, just real nice here. It's a lovely environment. You'll definitely love it here.
Kia ora, my name is Atisha Debene-Machu and I'm going to be a psychologist. As the youngest in the class, like fresh out of school, I would say that this course, if anything, has shown my capability of it and shows that even though you're young, you can still do everything. You do have the knowledge, you do have the skills. I think for a young person coming into here, it would really improve their confidence. It's so close to home, for people still living in places like Kaikohe, Kaitaia, even up north from Te Ko where I'm from, it's convenient. For courses like this that are full-time but only have 2 days, I think that's convenient because you can do it from home. Also because of the support you have. For me, in my case, my class is very supportive, my tutor's very understanding. It sounds so cliche, but you actually can, and I've really realised my potential in studying this. Studying locally offers a chance to still be at home by your family, offers that family support, whereas if you were to go to somewhere like Auckland, it's very far. In my case, I moved out of home, but I still really miss my parents. Only just adjusting to adulthood and bills and stuff was all new to me. So studying locally is something where you can still feel connected to home.
When you're on site, you don't get a lot of the paperwork and see that sort of angle of it. You're more just hands-on doing it. And then when you're in the classroom and you got the tutors telling you different theories of how to work stuff out, and then you actually get to take it out of the classroom and do it with your hands, and it makes sense once you do it. It's pretty rewarding, especially when you stand back and have a good look at it and it's wow, that actually looks quite cool, and I did that. Yeah, it's 4 years. And really just get that ticket because you can go anywhere in the world once you're a qualified builder. So I just want to get it and then travel.
So I was a high school student and I came here to the Nursing for a Day, and it completely convinced me to come here. And now I'm here.
I came to Nursing for a Day and I knew that when I was listening to the past nursing students that it really helped me.
I came to a nursing information evening, and that's where I got a lot of information about NorthTec, and I also have a few friends who have studied here and have done the nursing thing here, so that.
My name is Corey and I'm going to be a civil engineer. We're able to work full-time and study part-time. It's gaining practical experience and getting that knowledge at the same time. The industry we're working in is detailed to the curriculum that we're learning. NorthTec was good for me because it's close to home. It feels real local, but there's also a lot of international students, so the cultures are really diverse. It's important for me to get the qualification but know that I actually understand what I'm learning, and because the classes are smaller and the teachers are well educated, they really make sure that you're taking in what they're teaching you, and then it's sort of up to you how you learn it, so you can sort of figure out the way you learn.
Well, we have great tutors to help guide us along. You know, you're not alone in this. I've got to say, being in the north, it's a really whānau atmosphere. So you get that extra help, that extra support. It just brings the best out of you. You're amongst family, and they want the best for you, and they want to bring out your potential, and so it's great.
Banga Kuratoi, there are 3 strains involved. It's rāranga, which is weaving, rauangi, which is painting, and then we have mahi whakairo, and yeah, it's a really awesome course, really awesome opportunities. It's brought me back to who I am, and you know, I've found things out about myself that I would never have found anywhere else.
Yeah, it's important to have that experience, you know, in the classroom, and having the experience outside as well, so you know what you're going for, prepares you for employment and, you know, what you're going to be doing in the real world.
And he's pretty much just trying his hand at what we do in the fabrication, mainly structural steel industry. He's doing everything from cutting, small fabrication jobs, and then he's finishing it off with a bit of painting. It's good to get a bit more of a experience actually in the workshop, out with a bunch of people who know what they're doing.
So Alex is doing this for 2 days a week and Polytech for 3 days a week. And when I go to teach him the following week, I find that any students that have been in the workforce, they are always more attentive, they have more knowledge, they're more interested, and they're generally more motivated.
I think it's pretty important to actually have first-hand knowledge of how bad it is. I mean, we're in a small tributary in Whangarei, which is a small town or city, and just the amount of waste in this one river, you can't see it until you look for it, and it creates more awareness, I think, to how big the global problem is. Especially, like, we've got a good country. You imagine what it's like overseas. So, and living at 90 Mile Beach, you have a first-hand experience of just the sheer waste that ends up on our beautiful beaches, and if somebody doesn't do something about it, well, what are you going to leave your kids or your friends' kids, It's like giving the environmental hospital pass, so everyone does a little bit, it makes the job easy.
So yes, it's important for our students to be involved in beach cleanup like today, especially because we are collaborating with the Northland Regional Council. So it's nice to have this collaboration going on. And for me it's even better because Nick Bamford from the council used to be part of the program, so it's ideal to show our students where they can end up and what kind of difference they can make in the world. And also for the students to really see physically and touch and see how what we do every day, it's affecting our environment. And in this case is what we do, like what we buy in terms of the food. If it's plastic wraps, it always ends up eventually in the river and then ends up in places like this. And it looks like it's pretty clean, but when you really look into it, you'll find a lot of different plastics or debris, and some of them are actually quite small, and that's the problem because eventually they may be picked up by the seabirds that you see out here or other animals.
Hi, my name's Sean Lynch. I'm the Level 2 tutor here for Level 2 Hospitality at NorthTec. Basically, we have a 14-week program, and within that 14 weeks, we look after everything from food safety, knife skills. We have a live environment at Whare Kai where we do a $5 lunch every week. So the students get to actually learn how to be in a live setting, serving customers and getting everything ready for a big event sort of thing. It's just a really good place to come and learn a few hospitality skills. So if you want to go to further study, you're used to a kitchen environment and you know where things are, sort of what to do. But if you want to go to get a job, at least you have some degree of experience with how a kitchen works and the various systems in it.
Okay guys, where do you see your career?
Hey, I studied the Diploma of Sport and Rec.
I did the Certificate in Sport and Recreation.
I studied the Bachelor in Sport and Recreation, and now I work with my whānau, hapu, iwi and marae to integrate Te Ao Māori through sport, recreation and health.
I studied Bachelor of Sport and Recreation at NorthTec.
We did the Bachelor of Sport and Recreation.
I studied a Bachelor of Sport and Recreation at NorthTec.
I have a bachelor's degree in sport and recreation. I am now employed full-time at Kensington Fitness.
I studied sport and recreation at NorthTec, and now I work in this amazing place. I studied sport and rec, and now I help people with their health and nutrition.
Okay guys, let's do it!